from college and is an instant change. She's handed pretty much being the face of the league. Whether obviously we know she deserves it, but in their eyes, whether they think she deserves it or not, like she's being handed as the face of the league.
Watching Caitlin Clark feels like watching Larry Bird all over again.
When Michael Jordan mentions your name alongside Larry Bird, you're not just making noise, you're making history. And right now, Caitlin Clark is doing exactly that. With elite court vision, fearless creativity, and a clutch gene built for the big stage, Clark isn't just thriving in the WNBA, she's reshaping it. Everywhere she plays, sold-out arenas, social media, buzzing with highlights. She's not just a star, she's the heartbeat of a movement, reigniting a nationwide passion for women's basketball. But change comes with pressure. The spotlight is intense. The critics are louder, and the expectations, sky high. Yet Clark doesn't blink. Night after night, she shows up, silences doubters, and reminds the world she's not just here to compete. She's here to lead, to elevate, to win. The WNBA has never seen a player quite like Caitlin Clark, and everyone's taking notice. In this video, we're digging deeper than the headlines. What are today's legends saying? How are fellow athletes responding? And why is Caitlin Clark's rise bigger than just basketball? Just like Bird in his breakout years, Caitlin isn't just earning playing time. She's earning respect every single night. In Indiana, leadership isn't just about what shows up in the box score. It's about presence, about influence, about heart. And no one embodies that more than Tyrese Haliburton. The Pacers' rising star has already become the face of his franchise, and he instantly recognized that same energy in Caitlin Clark. As a fellow point guard, Haliburton understands the pressure, the cameras, the critics, the sky-high expectation. But what stands out to him most? Caitlin's ability to block out the noise and keep showing up, game after game. So when the media asked about Clark, his answer wasn't rehearsed or flashy. It was real, unshakable support. Because great players recognize greatness. And in Caitlin, Tyrese sees a leader Indiana can believe in.
Yeah, I think she's just so amazing what she does. I love being here to support her in any way I can, and I think we're just two point guards trying to lead our group to do something special. So any way I can be here to support, I'll be here.
It's just two floor generals recognizing the grind and respecting the hustle. Caitlin Clark isn't in the WNBA just trying to find her rhythm. She's already in command. She's running the offense, absorbing contact, and lifting this Indiana fever with her poise and playmaking. It's a path that feels familiar, because it's the same one Tyrese Haliburton has walked to elevate the Pacers. And here's the powerful part. He sees it. When one of the NBA's brightest young stars doesn't look down on you but stands next to you, that's more than respect. That's validation. Indiana doesn't just have one franchise leader anymore. It has two. And in a world obsessed with stats, sometimes the most important number is this: who stands with you when the pressure's highest. Now, step into the next chapter. Jason Whitlock enters the conversation. A voice known for his unfiltered takes, Whitlock isn't shy about stirring things up.
They put a super team around Caitlin Clark because people want to play with Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
The Chicago Sky, they look perhaps worse than they were a year ago because people don't want to play with Angel Reese.
Caitlin Clark isn't just a superstar, she's a magnet. Wherever she goes, fans follow. But now, something bigger is happening. Players are following too. That kind of pull? It's rare in sports. The Indiana Fever didn't need to pitch a flashy city, show-off ring, or beg for attention in free agency. They had Caitlin Clark, and that was enough. Because for top athletes, it's not always about the money. It's about the vibe, the vision, the people. They want a teammate who knows how to win, how to lead, and how to elevate everyone around her. Caitlin checks every box. Zoom out for a moment. Jason Whitlock's take on Clark versus Reese isn't just about rivalry. It's about the bigger shift in the WNBA. Teams are starting to prioritize presence over points, impact over image. They're building around leaders, game changers who move the needle off the court too. And Caitlin? She's the blueprint. She's hungry. She's humble. She headlines every highlight reel. She's the kind of player who doesn't just help a franchise. She defines it. So if you're a GM trying to revive a tired team, ask yourself this. Do you want a player who sparks controversy or one who turns every arena into a sold-out show? That's Whitlock's message at its core. Strip away the debates, and one truth stands out. People don't just want to watch Caitlin Clark. They want to play with her. And in a league still growing its footprint, that kind of energy, that kind of draw might be the most powerful currency of all. Stats can measure success, but when players start chasing each other, that's when a star becomes a supernova. There's basketball fame, the kind built on buzzer beaters, MVP trophies, and playoff heroics. And then there's cultural fame, when your name travels far beyond the court, into classrooms, break rooms, group chats, even grandma's Facebook timeline. Right now, Caitlin Clark sits in that rare space where sports and pop culture collide. She's not just putting up numbers, she's everywhere. Trending during NFL Sundays, headlining sports shows that usually skip over the WNBA unless it's championship time. And here's the kicker. She's doing all this not from a major market like LA or New York, but from Indiana. On a rookie deal. No super team, no legacy, franchise, just raw talent and relentless impact. That's why, when Colin Cowherd, never shy with his takes, but rarely reckless, stepped in, he didn't sugarcoat it. He dropped a truth bomb that echoed across the sports world. Caitlin Clark might just be the most talked about basketball player in America right now. Not just a star, a phenomenon.
How many NBA players are more famous than Caitlin Clark? LeBron, Steph, absolutely.
Maybe Durant.
That's what I put. I wrote down KD maybe.
Yeah.
In 1 year, out of women's basketball, for a horrible team when she arrived, outside of LeBron and Steph, she is the most well-known basketball player currently playing in the United States.
Let's break down what Colin Cowherd actually said and why it matters. In a league packed with global stars, flashy endorsements, and powerhouse franchises, Caitlin Clark already ranks top 3 in name recognition. Sounds unbelievable? It's not. It's real. Because this isn't just about box scores or WL records. It's about cultural momentum, and Caitlin Clark is moving faster than anyone the game has seen in years. Cowherd didn't sound shocked. He sounded sure. Like he was simply putting words to what everyone's been seeing. Caitlin isn't just playing basketball. She's changing how we talk about it, watch it, feel it. Here's the wild part. She's still just getting started. So if you're still wondering who's up next, not just in the WNBA, but across the entire sport, there's no more debate. It's Caitlin. But here's what really makes this era electric. Greatness doesn't grow in silence. It thrives in contrast, in conflict. When Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese crossed paths, it wasn't just a rivalry. It was a cultural flashpoint. 2 stars, 2 styles, 1 stage. And according to Jonathan Isaac, that kind of friction, that's not a problem. That's the magic. Because sometimes the biggest moments in sports aren't scripted. They spark from tension, energy, and 2 icons going all in. And right now, Caitlin Clark is at the center of it all.
Because of the rivalry, because of Angel Reese, because of Caitlin Clark, has sparked an interest in women's basketball that wasn't completely there before. So I'm happy for that. And so I want to see it play out. I want to see them, continue to grow their careers and be the best female basketball players that they can be.
At first, it might sound like Jonathan Isaac is giving equal weight to both sides of the Clark-Reese rivalry. But look closer. There's more to it than that. The truth is, if Angel Reese had entered the WNBA without Caitlin Clark in the mix, the headlines would have been a lot quieter. Her rise didn't happen in a vacuum. It happened next to Caitlin. The trash talk, the hand gestures, the viral clips. None of it would have blown up the same without Clark on the other end. Caitlin Clark wasn't just in those moments. She was the engine behind them. Without her, Reese is a talented rookie looking to find her lane. With her, Reese became a trending topic. A lightning rod, a character in a story that captured the whole country's attention. And here's where it all separates. Caitlin Clark didn't need Angel Reese to break through. She arrived with the spotlight, already blazing, backed by record-breaking numbers, a historic college run, and a fan base that made her games events. She didn't ride a wave. She was the wave. Clark didn't wait for the WNBA to catch up. She pulled it into the mainstream. Primetime slots, packed arenas, non-stop coverage. And all of that came before any rivalry even started. So yes, Jonathan Isaac was right to point out the spark. But make no mistake, that spark ignited because Clark was already on fire. Let's set the record straight. Caitlin Clark is the reason that moment mattered. Yes, the spotlight on women's basketball is hotter than ever. But it's not because the media's chasing Angel Reese and tossing Caitlin Clark a mention. It's actually the other way around. Angel is in the headlines because Caitlin already owns them. This isn't 2 stars sharing center stage. It's a one-woman show, and Caitlin Clark is the headliner. Sure, rivalries can lift a league, that's true. But let's not pretend the spark came from a back and forth. The real ignition? It was the moment Caitlin Clark stepped onto a WNBA court. Every sport has its game changer. Magic and Bird elevated the NBA. Serena redefined women's tennis. Conor McGregor turned the UFC into must-see TV. Now it's Caitlin Clark's turn. She's that kind of force. The kind who doesn't just play in the spotlight. She brings it with her, and as Rachel Demita made crystal clear, she's not just a name on a roster, she's the movement.
2024 was a year of unprecedented growth in viewership in the WNBA, a substantial amount of which can be attributed to Caitlin Clark, who took the basketball world by storm after an all-time college career.
This wasn't just a quick jump in numbers. It was a tidal wave of success, game after game. Arenas that once struggled to fill the lower seats were now packed to the rafters. TV broadcasts that used to pull in just thousands of viewers suddenly attracted millions. Entire online communities popped up around highlights, interviews, and deep dives into Caitlin Clark's growing influence, and none of this happened by accident. It's not luck or timing, it's pure star power. From the moment she put on that Fever jersey, Caitlin didn't wait for the league to catch up. She brought the spotlight with her and changed the game from day one. The whole league felt different because she was different. Here's the truth. Every sport has those rare moments when talent meets the perfect moment in time. When a player doesn't just join a league, they reshape it. Caitlin Clark is exactly that player. She arrived as the most talked about female basketball player in years, fresh off one of the most legendary college careers ever, and she didn't just meet expectations, she shattered them, both with her skills and with the hope and energy she carries for the entire league. Rachel Demita saw more than just a rising star. She saw a breakthrough moment, a player who moves the needle. Whether you're rooting for Caitlin Clark or hoping she slips up, you can't look away. For a league that's been waiting years for this kind of star, Caitlin didn't just show up. She exploded onto the scene. But it's not all cheers and sold-out jerseys. Not every highlight or next face of the league headline has been met with open arms. Some of the pushback carries a message similar to what Megan Rapinoe hinted at. She didn't go on the attack, but if you listen closely, the message is loud and clear.